Before we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, let us take a moment of silence to pray for all the people in this community and beyond who struggle during the holidays. Loneliness is amplified during this time. It may be joyous for for some people, though it does not hold true for all. We pray for those who are alone or may have lost somebody recently. May they find strength and hope. Now let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome to the town board meeting of December 5th, 2024. Before we start the meeting, we have a few announcements we'd like to make. Do you want to start off with the...
Yeah, just like to ask everybody, silence their cell phones before we start. Last meeting, there was a young lady up there talking about very important issues, and some kind of sound effect went off, some kind of ringtone. I thought it was very rude and inappropriate. So if you could just silence your cell phones. If they go off, please take it outside, and thank you.
And then, like I've been saying, going recently, now our new meetings, any kind of comment, we're gonna go row by row. We ask everybody that they, leave what they have to say to 5 minutes. If you have something that you have to say at the end, you can come back up again. But this way it gives everybody the opportunity to be able to share. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so for those of you visiting with us for the first time, I'd like to introduce the board and town clerk. Present here tonight, we have Councilmember Brandon Clory and Councilmember Sandra Capriglione. In the center is Councilmember Robert Beckley. On the left is my Deputy Supervisor Teresa Luongo, and directly to my right is Town Clerk Nicole Young. I'm Kate Luciani, Town Supervisor, and thank you everybody for attending the town board meeting tonight. Now we will open the floor to public comments. Anybody have any public comments regarding agenda items only? We'll start with the first row. Second row. Back row. Awesome. Now we'll move on to administrative business. First, can we have the acceptance of the minutes? Can I have a motion and a second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the town board meeting held on November 21st, 2024?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is approval of abstract. Nicole, can you please read abstract number 23 for this meeting?
Yes, abstract 23 containing vouchers 242004 through 24106, totaling $152,826.08.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the abstract 23 as read?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is budget modifications. Nicole, can you please read the budget modifications to the 2024 budget prepared for this meeting?
Yes, we have a lot, so please bear with me. For the library, we are increasing L 7410.410 building maintenance by $4,000, L 7410.428 children's programs by $2,000, L 7410.411 office supplies by $300, L 7410.438 ebooks by $2,000, and decreasing L 7410.100 personal services by $4,300, L 7410.429 special programs by $2,000, and L 7410.437 AV videos by $2,000. Then we have the general fund. We're increasing A 1420.461 attorney reimbursable by $4,150.52. A 1440.460 engineer consultant reimbursable by $11,933.32. A 2776 reimbursement consultants by $16,083.84. A 1010-409 legislative grant signage by $4,999. A 239 miscellaneous revenue other governments by $4,999. A 9030.801 Camp Res Social Security by $387.09. A 2025 special recreation charges by $387.09. A 9060.800 health insurance by 10,000, and then we're decreasing A 9060.801 HRA MVP by 10,000, and decreasing A 9060.801 HRA MVP. Sorry, we're doing A 9060.800 health insurance by 10,000, and decreasing A 9060.801 HRA MVP by also 10,000. The animal shelter, we're increasing A 3510.405 dog and cat supplies, non-food, by 1,300. A 3510.469 food supplies by 2,000. A 3510.406 cleaning supplies by 1,000. A 3510.431 vet fees medication by 1,175, A 2268 DCO other governments by 1,175, and then decreasing A 3510.480 vaccinations by 1,300, A 3510.463 computer software by 2,000, and A 3510.130 Terra Neuter by 1,000.
Thank you, Nicole. You wanna do it again?
No.
Can I have a motion and a second to approve the modifications to the 2024 budget as read and explained?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next is the acceptance of resignation for F. Doyle. Can I have a motion and a second to accept with regret Fisher Doyle's resignation from the part-time position of Animal Control Officer, which was effective on November 20th of 2024?
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion. Go ahead, Teresa.
It was a pleasure having Fisher work for the animal shelter. He really was an asset. And I wish him the best of luck with his future endeavors. Aye.
So I just want to wish Fisher, all the success. He is now, working as a vet tech in an animal hospital and going back to school to do that. So I'm really happy that he had the opportunity to get this job at the animal shelter, and it helped bring him into something else that he wanted to do. So
Awesome.
I wish him all the best, and he's my boy. Yeah. All right. All in favor? Did we do that already?
Aye.
Motion passed. Just making sure. Next, acceptance of resignation for L. Rose. Can I have a motion and a second to accept with regret Leslie Rose's resignation from her position as town historian effective December 31st of 2024?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Okay, who wants to first?
Rob.
Rob.
And then Sandy. Any discussion?
I mean, Leslie's amazing. She was still we had the train, function up at the senior center by the Historic Society. She was there helping out. I'm sure she'll continue to help out when she's available, but, I mean, unprecedented commitment to community, you know, she's just an amazing person. We're lucky to have had her as long as, and we wish her best of luck in whatever she decides to do.
I would like to say that I met Leslie when the whole reason how I got kind of roped into this politics, we did the HDTV thing, Hometown Makeover, and I started working with Leslie to help out, like come up with different pictures to show how Woodbury used to look. And, you know, we did a whole documentary and a film on it to bring it down to HDTV, and she's incredible. She's a wealth of knowledge. She does so much for the community. You know, being on the board, we were able to give her a raise. She was like making $900 a year, and we gave her a raise to like $3,000. And you know, it's just she's one of those people. She does it because she loves it. She loves the community, and she believes in everything that she does. So the other day when I got her letter, I was really upset, but she promised me that she would still be around. She's ready to pass the baton on, and you all see what the Historical Society has been doing lately. They're growing, they're having more meetings, they're doing more things, and that's one thing I love about Woodbury is like, I feel like all our little areas are blowing up and bringing more light to what they do, and so I thank Leslie and and all the people in the Historical Society for everything that they do here in Woodbury. You know, I mean, it's beautiful. You go down there and they can pull out all these pictures of the different hotels and how the roads used to look, and, you know, they're just an incredible group, and I will miss her, but I'm happy that she's still gonna stay around, so. Teresa?
Ditto.
Anybody else? All in favor? Motion passed. Alright, no old business to discuss this week, so we'll move on to new business. The expiration of the town's IMA with the Village of Woodbury. On Wednesday, December 4th, 2024, the intermunicipal agreement between the town and the Village of Woodbury expired. Our town attorney, Peter, will speak to the details.
Good evening, everybody. So, back in December of 2014, an agreement was reached between the village and the town regarding various services and the division of services between the village and the town. That agreement dates back to shortly before, right after the village was formed, which was in 2006. So the first agreement was in 2007. As I said, it was renewed in 2014. It was for a term of 5 years and automatically renewable for 5 years. So that agreement, as the supervisor just indicated, expired on December 4th, 2014, yesterday. Among the services that were covered in that agreement was the police department. The police department is a town police department which provides services to the village. Even though that agreement expired, the police will continue to do the outstanding job that they always have done and patrol the streets and areas of both the town and the village. So you may ask what changes. As I said, there were a number of administrative and other duties that were prescribed in this agreement. Some of those things will change, but for you, the public, it won't affect you one iota. As I said, there are administrative sort of back office things that will change. But in terms of your everyday lives, you shouldn't see a change, and most importantly, in terms of the police, there will be no change whatsoever. You call them, you need them, they will be there for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. I want to remind everybody that on November 6th, 2024, the town attorney received an email from the village attorney stating the following. Hello, Mr. Mayor, I am writing to advise you that the village's receipt of your letter dated November 5th, 2024. The village will be allowing the intermunicipal agreement with the town of Woodbury to expire and will not be agreeing to a 90-day extension, therefore as requested. As you know, the town is in the midst of a budget season, so I want to inform you that the village will be asserting its right to a greater percentage of the sales tax that is entitled to from the county. Thank you, Kelly. So that was the email that we received. Next, we have the adoption of the 2025 holiday schedule. Can I have a motion and a second for the town board to adopt the 2025 holiday schedule for both union and non-union employees?
Make a
Would you
motion.
like to read it?
Sorry.
I'll let her read it first.
The following dates the town offices will be closed for holiday observances in 2025. January 1st, New Year's Day. January 20th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. February 17th, President's Day. May 26th, Memorial Day. June 19th for Juneteenth. July 4th, Independence Day. September 1st, Labor Day. October 13th, Columbus Day. November 11th, Veterans Day. November 27th, Thanksgiving. November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. And December 25th, Christmas Day.
Thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to accept?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we'll open the floor to public comment. Does anybody in the first row have anything they would like to say? Second row? Back row? All right. Maria?
Let me sign my name in here, Nicole?
No, I know who you are.
Alright, thank you. You don't know who I am by now. Maria Hunter. First of all, I've known Leslie Rhodes for over 27 years. She's been a great town historian, a great personal friend, knows numerous people within town. Whenever I had a question or I had to do some research, herself and anyone who was in the Historical Society building, they jumped to it and they got me the information. So Leslie, if you're watching this, thank you very much for your service to the town. It's been greatly appreciated. One quick question, are you going to be, is this town board gonna be meeting on January 2nd, or are you gonna postpone it to the 9th? Reason I'm asking, because I have to schedule a beautification meeting, so I need to know if you are gonna be meeting on the 2nd of January.
We're gonna be discussing that after the meeting.
After the meeting, but
Yes.
not during, okay. Alright, I'll make a decision on my part. Still another question. The bridge rental for a year is gonna cost roughly $86,400. Is that gonna be refundable through the FEMA grant? Or is that something that we as a town residents were gonna be accepting the cost for? I forgot what that agreement was. I was just curious.
I think we're working on getting money back, right?
Okay, I was just,
Yeah, you're gonna
because
start.
that's a lot of money, and that's only just for this year,
Right.
and for last year, so I don't know. Where did that go? I just wanna make a note on the letter dated November 27th from Milburn Macris. Sorry if I can't pronounce all the rest of the names, M, P, and S. On the last bullet, they put the village highway department is no longer legally obligated to make repairs at the town's expense on the town roads located in that portion of the town that is part of the village of Harriman. Village of Harriman, just so that this board is aware, because I'm a Village of Harriman employee, we have our own DPW, and they take care of those roads in the village, portion that is, out there. I just wanted to be clarified, because this wasn't really clear on this portion of the letter from the attorney's office. But we have a very active and a good DPW in the village of Harriman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Joey, do you have anything?
Do I have to sit down? You go ahead.
Ooh. Wind blew the door right off.
I don't have much, but this weekend we have some stuff going on. We have our Polar Express, we have a movie night on Friday, starting at 6:30. On Saturday, we have a Winter Wonderland, starting at 4 up at the Reservoir Community Center. We have arts and crafts for the kids. We'll have hot chocolate bar, get them going, and we'll go out and like the Winter Wonderland. Next week we have Sip and Paint, which is almost filled up. The 14th, we have, the 14th, you could come, yeah, she's trying to get you to come.
I know.
The 14th, we have our holiday party at St. Pat's, so everybody's welcome to that. So, that's kinda all I got, and, that's it.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you,
Thank
Joey. Peter, do you have anything?
Beautification?
Oh, I thought you came up with beautification.
No, I just did resident.
Maria, you just need to like turn around and come back.
Beautification Committee, first of all, I wanna thank the Village of Highwaymen for last Tuesday in the pouring rain, putting up all the 41 pole decorations. I've had Dan Lux go out there, he had to replace 4 of the electrical outlets. I mean, it happens, rain, electrical storms, so those have been replaced. And good news, you know we've been trying since July to get the 20 utility poles approved, so we could do the work on them. Last week I got a letter from Orange and Rockland. We sent out a crew to all 20 utility poles and there were no electrical outlets mounted on them. What happened? So with their infinite wisdom, they didn't give me approval to put them up, but they were coming out to check them. So with that being said, on Monday, our electrician, Dan Lux, Rob White with his bucket truck and his village people, Smith Clove Road, weather depending and everything goes well, Smith Clove Road will have 7 installed electrical units, the brackets, the decorations, and that Tuesday or Wednesday it should be hooked up by Orange and Rockland. So far we've got going to do 7 of the 20, and if the weather holds, they're going to try to do along 32. So that's good news. But Orange and Rockland, God bless them, they came out to say, where's the electrical work? So they never gave me the approval to do the work. So that's the update on that. So,
Okay.
and because of the weather and the way it's been crazy, this Saturday, the committee members are going to start doing some of the decorations as long as it warms up a little, and then we'll finish it up on Sunday, weather permitting as well. So that's where we are with the decorations. Thank you.
Thank you. Peter?
Yeah, I neglected to mention before, and I just wanna mention it now regarding the agreement that expired. You may hear certain things or may read certain things, but the reason that agreement, the reason it was not signed was the village chose not to renew the agreement. I say this not because the town is my client, but because it's the absolute truth that the town made Herculean efforts to get that agreement renewed, and the village, for their own reasons, decided not to renew it. So, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Peter. Sergeant Gray, you have anything? Councilmember Clory. Wait. Should I do three? I think I'm gonna do it this way. Hold on.
You do whatever you want.
Deputy Supervisor Luongo.
Okay, well, there's a reason for that here.
Joey took some of my things, but, I wanna thank
With
everyone for
Brandon.
coming tonight. And the PDA is doing a toy drive till December 16th, so if you have any toys that you would like to donate,
What are you looking at me for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just bring them to the PD, so they're looking to, be the best year yet, so if everyone can chip in and get some toys, that'd be greatly appreciated. That's it.
Councilmember Beckley.
Just gonna say, thank you, Maria, for everything you do. Staying on top of the holiday decoration. The highway was doing a good job achieving the result. Because I work for the village, I have to abstain from any IMA stuff, so I'm just, so everybody knows why I'm not gonna put 2 cents in the food or anything. Other than that, thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you. Councilmember Riglioni. I almost said Clory.
I don't have anything to insult,
Oh,
but thank you.
One time, I blow past you and nobody can talk.
It's alright, it's alright.
Go ahead,
Brandon will
Councilmember
make up
Clory.
for it.
Alright, as always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Maria, I thought you were gonna let them know about the times for the Winter Wonderlands, 4 to 7, right?
Joey
I
said,
thought
Oh, you
Joey
did?
said it, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that, 4 to 7, right?
4 to,
But
no,
it's fine,
I don't think you have the mic on. Anyway,
4 to 6, and then 6:30 the lights will go on.
okay. I'd like to thank the women of Woodbury for a fantastic craft fair, that was held at the senior center recently. My family and I got a lot of holiday shopping done, while at the same time supporting local entrepreneurs. The place was packed, it was a good time, lots of great, items for sale. The model train show, put on by the Historic Society, was a success. with just about 300 people coming in to see the exhibits. My son Junior loved the trains, and we read all about the history on the different companies that used to make them. We also recently, I wish he was here, but we also recently had a meeting pertaining to the crossings at 32. It was very, the conversation was highly motivated, very productive, and all I say is we will be collectively working with all parties involved to get this project that will done that will prioritize safety for all. I even got to fly my drone and take lots of aerial pictures, which was cool. So.
I should have made sure I went before you.
And that's all I got. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. Town Clerk Nicole Young. Isn't it like I say your name and everybody else?
I just wanna mention, maybe, Peter can touch on this with, respect to foils. I know a lot of people in the community put in foils, Tracy's at a very, very high number. Do you wanna speak on that, or do you want me to?
No, I can briefly touch on it. One of the administrative matters that was addressed in the prior IMA were that the village, the town would assume certain administrative services for the village. One of those services was, of course, processing of FOIL requests. As the IMA has expired and it does take, under the old IMA, we were only supposed to provide 10 hours of clerical services. I can assure you that it always took more than 10 hours. So under the old IMA, we did process those FOILs. Going forward, you will submit any FOILs that you have for the village to the village, and the town will continue to process town FOIL requests.
Thank you.
Tracy will have a letter, if somebody makes a mistake and puts a village one into the town, etc., she will have a letter that will go out to the applicant to advise them to send their, FOIL request to the village clerk. For the time being, that's what they will, be doing, and then they can speak on what they're doing, with the rest of the programs and stuff like that, but Tracy will have a letter, if we put it into the wrong portal, etc.
Thank you. So I just want to touch on, so for Thanksgiving, we got to do Thanksgiving for the seniors. I wanna thank the police department for coming down and helping out. Teresa and I were both there, and I love doing that, for the senior citizens, seeing them come in and, they do a great job at the senior center decorating, and it's really nice to see everybody come together, and pretty much had almost the whole PD down there. So they helped and they helped serve, so I really appreciate that. I also want to touch on, with different things that are happening because of the IMA, I know a lot of things are flying around, so I have reached out to the ambulance because our building and grounds guys were clearing for there. And, our Central Valley Fire Department, so I reached out to them too, to just have something put in place, just to kind of safeguard, the town from being able to still clear, but, if anything should happen for legal reasons, us being okay. So I've spoken with them, and, we'll be working on that. So there are things that the town is still working on to make sure that everything runs efficiently, but just make sure that we're still covered, so this way no legal issues come up. And then what Brandon kind of talked about, we had an amazing meeting with, the superintendent, our senator, our assemblyman, our mayor, Brandon, myself, we all came together, and I just want, the mother and teacher that came to let her know, and other residents know that, like, her comments did not fall on deaf ears, and I said that to the superintendent, and he is 100% right on board with all of us, and, we're gonna make it a point that we continue to have these meetings, continue to give updates to the community as to what we're doing. One of the things that Clara is helping me with is, there's a grant for school safety, signage, flashing of lights and things like that. We don't know what we could do on 32 because of the fact that it is a state road and, it's a lot with DOT and things like that. But Monroe is going to actually collaborate with me. I already talked to the town supervisor to work on this grant together for these kind of safety measures and things like that we could get grant money for. But it's great to see everybody work together for this and come together and and know that it's not just an issue that's passed off, that people are listening and they're doing things, and transparency I feel is huge. So I think it'll be great to have updates, and we kind of threw the ball to the superintendent for him to release these updates and what we're doing and where we're going with it, but letting the community know that it is being taken care of and we are moving forward with it. And then another thing I just kind of wanted to touch on and clarify, I know that the last village board meeting, when it was talked about the sales tax and them taking it, they had every legal right to take that sales tax. But one of the statements they made was because of the fact that the town doesn't have any real departments, they said. They forgot and they left off the police department and the courts and our parks department and things like that. So the town does have big departments. We have a lot of departments. They're all listed on our website. And but the town will be fine, it's good. We raised our taxes, and so everything is gonna go fine. Our police department is still going to be as amazing as they are, and we're gonna have no issues. So I just wanted to clarify that yes, there was a change in the taxes, and the village will be getting more, and hopefully, that will still decrease on the village tax, and the town tax will, just even its way out and everything like that. And there are adjustments that we have to make, but, that's how we do it together as a community, so. And with that, can I have a motion and a second to close the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great night, everybody, get home safe.